Okay, so good morning. Thank you all for finding time and joining today's panel discussion. My name is Akanksha. I am a communication fitness coach at Vani. Today, we all are going to have a discussion on changing dynamics of construction industry in India. As we all know that the construction industry in India is categorized by commercial construction, residential construction, infrastructure, transportation, energy and utility construction. The construction industry is highly responsible for propelling the overall Indian economy's growth. On that note, please allow me to introduce today's panel, who all are from L&T, the India's largest construction organization, and also ranked amongst the world's top 15 contractors. So we have with us Mr. Hari Prasad from Mumbai, Mr. Praveen Kumar from Delhi, Mr. Sundaram from Chennai, Mr. Jayakrishnan from Chennai, Mr. Anand Raj from Bengaluru, Mr. Vijay Pratap Kushwaha from Lucknow. We are delighted to have you all with us. To begin with, the audience and we all would like to understand the impact of construction industry in Indian economy. So who would like to contribute on this?
Good morning, ma'am, and good morning to all my colleagues. Let me introduce myself. Many of my colleagues knows very well about me, but again, some new faces are here. So currently, my name is Anand Raj, and currently I am working in UPDBU of PTI and EIC, and I am posted as a cluster HS manager in Bengaluru. So, in my view, regarding the impact of construction industry in the Indian economy is like that. Construction industry has he has a major contribution in the Indian economy. Construction industry contributed more than 5% of GDP to our in our nation's GDP. And construction industry has, like you said, construction industry has two major segments. One is real estate segment, and another one is urban development segment. So construction industry is nothing but it is interlinked with the growth of Indian economy with growth of other sectors also. Like when we go to start a construction at any working site, we require steels, we require cements, we require major machineries, we require excavators, dumpers. So based on the requirement, demand will also increase. So ultimately, it is interlinked with the other sectors also. And when there is a demand, there will be a manufacturing as well in the manufacturing process industries. So accordingly, like construction sector will grow. In the meantime, other sectors will grow. So from the front or from indirect, construction construction industry is impacting on our Indian economy. From the front, it contributes more than 5% of the GDP, and indirectly, it is contributed to the other sectors to increase our Indian economy. And we can say somehow we are lagging in construction industry. We are lagging like we are somehow behind in adopting new technology. Like other industries are growing very fast to adopting new technology. But in construction industry, still we are lagging behind to adopting new technology because we are depending on the resources which we have to execute the work manually by using manpower. So currently we are switching on, and construction industry currently adopting digitalization also, and construction industry also focusing on the whatever the fabrication materials they are purchasing from outside of the India or from other industries, small industries sectors, manufacturers to build their fabrication to nearby their locations under whatever the government scheme is going on, like MSME schemes, so that they will get better quality output at less cost and better time to get materials on the time. In that scenario, construction industry somehow impacting from manufacturing sector to other fabrication industry or a small sector industry. It is motivating to the small sector industries also. So directly or indirectly, it is impacting on the Indian economy. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Anand Raj. Very well said that all other sectors are interlinked with construction industry and they are dependent on it. So slowly after this impact, we'll definitely go on to the challenges and the latest trend. But for now, would anybody else like to have a say on the impacts of construction industry in Indian economy?
Yeah,
one thing I
hi,
want
this
to
is
add.
Praveen Kumar.
Oh, Praveen,
Okay.
sir. Please,
Good morning to
Okay.
all.
Good morning.
Just I want to brief myself that some of you might be not knowing to me, but many of them is knowing me. I'm working in Jammu and Kashmir, Union Territory of India, and I am dealing with the tunnel project, which is for the national importance. And just I want to give a brief for this tunnel project. This is the one of the largest tunnel railway project which links from Kazikund to Banihal. That gives every citizen or other national people to come to Kashmir via railway. This will bring a lot many changes to the life of people and increase the tourism sector in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. And just one of my colleagues has spoken on this impact of this construction industry. I'm going to also give a brief look on it. This construction industry is the second largest employer in India, second largest FDI recipient sector for India in 2021, third largest construction market globally by 2022. As our colleague said that the India consists of the real estate as well as the urban development segment. The real estate segment covers residential, office, retail, hotels, and leisure parks, amongst others. While urban development segment broadly consists of such segments such as water supply, sanitation, urban transport, schools, healthcare. FDI in the construction development sector, especially in township, housing, build up infrastructure, and construction development projects. And construction infrastructure activity stood at 26.16 billion and 25.95 billion respectively between April 2000 and September 2021. And as we all aware of the fact that to increase our economy, the policy support has been provided in the month of March 2021. The Parliament passed a bill to set up the National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development to fund infrastructure projects in India. In financial year 2021, infrastructure activity accounted for 13% share in FDI market. Of the total FDI flow of US dollar 81.72 trillion. 100% foreign direct investment in the construction industry in India under automatic route is permitted in the completed project for operation and management of the township, malls, shopping complexes, and business construction. So, with this, we refer this FDI policy, 9% of share in India's GDP, 51 million people employed, and it covers both real estate and the construction material. And also, we can give some brief on this, some of the growth drivers of this construction industry and the pipeline project that has been projected by the government of India. First, we talk about the smart cities. 100 smart cities currently, mission to improve quality of life through modernized technology-driven urban planning. Second, we talk about this industrial corridor. 11 industrial corridor planned. Railway stations and lines. 600 stations planned for the redevelopment, and also the government is focused for the high-speed railway connectivity. Mega ports, that is 14 CGZ, 6 new ports are planned and 3 mega ports are planned. Increasing demand for commercial space, that is also the one of the priority of the government of India. For that, he has also planned for construction of office spaces, hotels, retail, entertainment units. The net office space absorption across India's largest 6 cities stood up 31.9 million square feet in 2020. So this is all about our impact of construction in India.
Thank you, Mr. Praveen Kumar. Mr. Praveen Kumar has also answered my second question, which was where I wanted to understand what is latest in the construction industry. So now I would like to understand for our audience, what are the impacts of pandemic on construction industry? So who would like to share the information on this? So, Mr. Vijay Pratap or Mr. Sundaram?
What, madam? ये काम नहीं कर.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
You are going to tell.
Sorry. Your voice is not here.
Am I audible?
Who's there?
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible? Yes, I'm Hari Prasad from Gujarat.
All right.
Audible?
Yes, Hari Prasad, you are audible. Yes, please. Would you like to share the impacts of pandemic?
Yes, ma'am. Myself, Hari Prasad from Gujarat. I'm working in a solar field as a safety officer.
All right.
As of now, I completed 4 years of construction experience in L&T.
Amazing.
And first of all, thank you for the Vani for this opportunity for grow our communication skills. It's very useful to us. Okay, I would share the related my points about the pandemic. What is the impact on the construction industry? If we can see, as earlier some our staff also said, around 51 million people are working in a construction. In that point of view, in the time of pandemic, those people, their life already, gets very worst. And moreover, due to the pandemic in 2020, what happened? The migrant people also came back to their native. Their lifestyles are very getting worse. Now also third wave, fourth wave, like this keep on is coming. So the first of all, I would share that I would point out that these 51 million people, the lifestyle is changed because of the pandemic, because they are unable to earn money from other side area and any other income, and migrant people, as I said. And one more thing, due to the construction sector, the earlier one, first one said, like this is interconnected to another field like manufacturing, equipment field. In manufacturing also, lot of factories are there. There also the transportation problem might occur for transportation of material, because we are locked down in the particular area in the construction. We want to material for construction, so we are unable to get the material from the outside because of the supply chain blockage and the transportation issue, and many issues like for this reason our GDP also very increased 2-3% in the last financial year. The debt
I think some network issue.
My audible?
entire lifetime.
Okay, he's back. Yes, Mr. Hari
Yes.
Prasad.
If I'm audible?
Now you are. Yes. Please continue. Okay, so I think your voice is breaking in.
Still. Okay.
Yes, please continue.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes. As I said, the transportation and migrant people lifestyles, everything affected due to this pandemic. So we want to sustain further. We now a lot of distance technologies came to manage monitoring for due to in this lockdown period, in pandemic period. So we want to adopt the world where it's going. This is my point, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Hari Prasad. Mr. Vijay Pratap, you wanted to share something.
This is
Yes,
Vijay Pratap
please.
Kushwaha,
Yes.
Cluster EHS Coordinator of Lucknow Cluster. Actually, we never faced such type of pandemic in the past, like coronavirus, and it has huge impact on our economy. You know that many vendors, subcontractors, workers are connected to the construction industry. They are earning money from construction industry and living their life. Okay, due to coronavirus, that as it was spreading very fast, and still it is spreading very fast. So people got feared, and what happened that people left their job and migrant worker come back their home. Okay, our economy was shrank due to the pandemic, and due to the fear, people don't want to work in the construction industry because it is always very crowded. When you work outside, area is very crowded. Near about 500 to 1,000 workers are working in a closed premises or outside the premises. So it was impacted, and lack of skilled workmen. Project couldn't complete on the time, and our construction industry was costing estimated 30,000 crore rupees every day, and our investment in the construction industry also reduced to the 30%. So it was great, huge impact on the Indian economy. People lost their job. We could not complete the project on the time, and but again we found new ideas to do the job. Like one thing is good during the pandemic, that people started using the technology. Now we are. I never had a Zoom call before. Before the pandemic, we never had. We always had face-to-face meeting. But right now, what happened due to this pandemic, we started adopting the new technology like Zoom call, like Teams. We started adopting the artificial intelligence, that how to count the number of worker on a particular location. Again, we started that how to maintain the social distancing by using this artificial thing. So yes, we have started using the new technology, and now construction industry is getting pace. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. So very well explained. Yes, people were scared. Migrants were going back to their hometown, and the sites were crowded, so people were scared. Thank you so much. And my next question, you also covered that part, that how is technology changing the construction industry? So thank you so much for bringing that also in this piece of information. May I please have somebody sharing the information on how is technology changing the construction industry?
Yeah, good morning, ma'am. Jay Krishnan here.
Yes.
I'm currently I'm residing in Chennai. So regarding this topic of how is technology changing the construction industry, I would like to pick up from where Vijay Pratap Kushwaha left. That
Yes.
Pandemic has been a good positive motivator for our industry to adopt the latest technologies, because the construction industry is a very traditional industry, and adaptation of technology usually happens at a very slow pace. Even in advanced developed countries of Western countries like even America or in Europe, still most of the construction industry is done in a very manual intensive way. Technology has not penetrated that much when compared to other industries. But pandemic has brought in a positive change in this regard. For example, people are now looking out for more and more mechanization to avoid more manual labor, and to generally to make things in a modular way, so that we can make things more efficiently and more faster. So that with minimum involvement of men, we can make things faster, we can make things more efficiently. For example, our company L&T recently did a 7-story building in 45 days.
Wow.
For DRDO, and this was done by using this was done by leveraging the technology like prefab technology, BIM software technology, and several other artificial intelligence, as Vijay Pratap said. So these many technologies were not there even 2 years before. Most of this has been leapfrogged into our imagination in the last 2 years, and the pandemic has been a big accelerator to that. There are several new cutting-edge technologies which are being implemented first time in the world here in India. Like for example, there is a system in our company called artificial intelligence monitored workman safety system, wherein which there is a CCTV camera installed in the work site, which will automatically detect that whether the workman is actually using the required personal protective equipment. It will automatically detect that. For example, if a workman is wearing the helmet in an area where he is required to wear that helmet, and it will automatically alert the department, the safety department, or the guys who are monitoring that there is a guy there working in that particular area, working without a helmet. So this is you can say the bleeding edge of technology as far as construction is concerned, and this is actually been implemented in some of our sites in India. And there are a lot of international clients who have came to our sites to study this technology and to adopt the same in their countries. So technology is changing construction industry in a way which was never seen before. I think this was my take on this subject.
That was amazing. Thank you, Mr. Nair, for sharing this information, because I was like amazed listening to it. Some of the mind-blowing examples were building 7-story building in just 45 days, and CCTV identifying whether the personal protective equipments have been used by the workers or not. Amazing. Thank you so much. Does anybody have a share or on this? Sorry, I beg your pardon. Have a say on this?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, myself Sundar Ramarke. I'm currently from Chennai, ma'am. I'm working in Chennai projects. So as our senior colleague said, so implementing technology right now is no longer optional, ma'am. We are in a need to. It is becoming a necessity. Like we adopt the situation. According to the necessity, we adopt the technologies and we utilize it for our own effectiveness and improving time efficiency, or improve the safety, or improving productivity. Everything it is going on in the track with the help of technology. So right now, even further adding to that, our companies are almost stepped into augmented reality also. Like we are trying to provide the workman the physical scenario in augmented reality. So what even they have some of the trainings are already being started. So that is also one of the things which L&T is leading towards safety. So we are even trying to provide the worker the exact scenario, how he is going to work, how he is going to handle any critical activities or something. So safety, especially in safety, the technology adaptation is somewhat getting further, and as comparing to the rest of the competitors in our country. So we are leading ahead in this. So that is the.
Thank you. That's like going another level in today's time. So providing that augmented scenario to our workers and giving them the real time experience before they actually hit the floor or go at the site. Amazing. Thank you. So now we would like to understand what are the biggest challenges that we have in construction industry today. Mr. Praveen Kumar, or yes.
Okay, I will continue here, ma'am. Yes.
Okay.
So basically, we can say the basic challenge what we face in construction industry is we need to monitor or we need to guide people. One area from a country. So and if I'm limited to get into one language, so that it is a major concern, because if some persons coming from outside, we will have migrant workers, we will have not only the problem of migrant workers, we have migrant workers of different skill set. So we need to get into their mentality to teach them. So the first thing, the major concern what we face is we need to teach the people who knows how to do their job. Along with that, we need to teach the people who is fresh to the job, who is first time they're coming into the construction industry.
Right.
So we need to handle different kind of mentality, different kind of people, different kind of education, where they come from, where their background is. So everything is become. The thing is what we have to make them productive along with the safety. So that is one major concern here. So what will happen? Making the workers abide the rules and regulations. That is one point. And still in the same time, we have to be productive. We have to make earning to the company. So for that major challenges what we face in achieving bigger targets. And the one thing is that aging workforce, some of the work people, we cannot say we will get always young and energetic people to work with, because experienced people, we need to like monitor and train them to get some good, to get some good more and good work. Another thing is that mainly the health and safety. As we are the health and safety professional, we need to take care of their health and well-being. So not only the productivity and other things, productivity and concern, we need to take care of their personal health. We need to take care of COVID. We need to take care of the work. We have to make them understand how seriously the workplace is, because our workplace, as our Vijay sir already said, the workplace is usually crowded, and that too not only that too from different language speaking persons. They may not be understanding each other in sites. So that is also one bigger concern. And in construction industry generally, technology adoption, that is a very big hurdle. If we, because once engineers can adopt the technology very easily, but we have to make the workforce understand what is the requirement and just stopping here. Okay, I want others also to speak here. Please.
Great, thank you. So points like I understand, I completely agree with you that people are age, of different skill set, of different language, it gets challenging. And ensuring that they follow the regulations without compromising on the productivity, you also have to ensure that's commendable. Thank you. Okay, so yes.
Madam,
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
I would like, okay.
Okay,
Praveen.
ma'am, in continuation with Mr. Sundaram, like he has nicely pointed out, like skilled labor shortage in construction industry is a major challenge, and adopting a late digitalization is also challenging the construction industry. In industry also, late cash
Anand,
flow
your
is also
sorry,
a major
Mr.
challenge.
Anand Raj, your voice is breaking.
Now it is okay, ma'am.
Yes, somewhat better than before. Okay.
Now it's okay.
Okay. So you can.
For running of any business, money is also required. So in construction industry, so getting the amount or getting the whatever the work we have done and whatever the payment we have to get, we are not getting on the time. Like we can take a situation of COVID. We as L&T as the largest construction industry in deducted or stopped any employee salary, but many of the construction industry has means they have removed from the market due to the less cash flow, or they are not able to pay their workers, employees, whatever their reimbursement. So we are facing that cash flow. We are not getting cashes on the time because government is also facing that money issues. They are not having the funds. So somehow we as L&T, we are dealing with other sectors also, like we are in the software industry, we are in finance, we are adopting digitalization also. So somehow we can survive in this construction industry, but other industries also facing major challenges. That's one point I want to add in continuation with the Mr. Sundaram.
Indeed, very important point. So the entire, the whole world has a say on it, or shall we move on to?
Yes,
Yes, please.
I can also have some few of
Yes.
the point to be added on this.
Yes.
As all of the aware of the fact that this pandemic has greatly affected everyone, not only the economy, the industry which we all associated with, but with every individual. As in
Sorry, Mr. Praveen Kumar, you have just muted yourself mistakenly. Now you are loud and clear.
As we have already that the construction industry is interlinked with each and every sector. So with this pandemic, our company has also greatly affected by this logistic sector, because during the course of this pandemic, we have faced this challenge that in a scheduled period of the time to our project side, it has taken some more time than they are taking during the normal period of the time. So this logistic has also placed a major challenge. And second one is this, I can say, on the raw material, the availability of raw material. As we know that the fact that some of our neighboring countries, we do not have the great relationship internationally with India. That has also affected the availability of raw material. And for that, the government of India has also initiated some of the wonderful schemes that we call as Atmanirbhar India. And through that also our company has initiated several number of the schemes for this development of solar panels, so that our country should not depend on this other country, and because of this we cannot badly hit by the economy, and with this the unemployment rate that we are facing currently should be also minimized. that is also the second point, availability of raw material that we have spoken, that has also raised to this implementation rate. Even in the current situation, we are going through this daily news report via print media or the digital media, that with this conflict between this Ukraine and this Russia, how this crude oil price is increasing day to day. And this has impacted so much that even our company has taken the project at, suppose at some cost of rupees 1 crore. And with this inflation rate, that has also impacted to the cost on which we have taken the project. So this is another aspect that we can look on into also. That yes, there has been this point to be also to discuss to overcome with this this difficulties in the construction sector. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Praveen Kumar. Yes, very, very important point. We have this challenge of cash flow, raw materials, logistic, and the current war-like situation. So the recent inflammation, it is affecting the construction industry. Thank you. So now we will in construction industry.
Yes, ma'am. In this topic, I would like to contribute a few points. Cost control is obviously one of the most important aspects of having a successful construction company. And because of the type of contracts that are being awarded in India, the initial cash flow is a big challenge for medium and small size construction companies. Because if there is if there is no provision for a advanced mobilization cost, it is not there. If it is not there, then that particular company has to mobilize the initial resources and the raw materials at its their own cost, and it becomes a huge cash flow issue. And if the payments are not done in time, as this happens very frequently in India, that the costs are not the revenue is not generated at the correct time, and this may even take down entire companies. This has happened in India. So having a control on your expenditures and having a control on your cost of building things are very critical for the future of any company, any construction company in India. The first thing that we need to take into account is planning the project's budget. Now, you would ideally need to make a budget at the beginning of the planning session with regards to the project at hand. All your payments that need to be made and costs that will be incurred during the project life cycle. This has to be faced at the very early stage of the project. So, accepted cost estimate, and this we sometimes even say that this is the Bible of the project. Like this budget gives us a fair idea of how much it is going to cost the company to complete this project and how much profit that we are going to make out of it. And any deviation from that estimate is going to be a hit on the profit margin of. Leave a room for adjustments as the cost may not remain the same, right throughout the period of the project. And adhering to the project budget at all times is a key to the profit from the project. So once this cost is finalized or fixed at the starting of the project, next step is to keep a track of the cost. Keeping a track of all the cost, all the actual cost is equally important as any other techniques are any other techniques are there. It is best to prepare a budget. This will help us to keep a track of budget because the expenses at different stage of projects are different. Because initially the immobilization cost is will be around 30% of the entire cost, and once the project comparatively less. So you need to have a proper planning for each stage of the project. And similarly, as the project moves along, during the winding up stage also, there is going to be a spike of cost, which is required to wind up them. So these targets should be on a monthly or weekly basis and even yearly basis for us to review. This will be very much easier to work with rather than having one complete budget. Because on a stage by stage, if you have proper planning, you will be able to monitor where this variation is coming. Because there are some expected costs which is obviously you have to have, especially working in India. For example, our workforce are seasonal basis. There are people will move around. Time to conduct a construction activity is very limited because we have like 3 to 4 months of monsoon, 3 to 4 again another 2 to 3 months of hot summer where nothing gets happened, nothing gets done. Then there is the festival season. So the actual time window that we have in India. So we need to focus on that particular sweet spot where we are going to have all our required manpowers in one place. And we need to ensure that we are doing our work almost, we are focusing on that time period and we are getting our work done in that time period. And the rest of the time, we are maintaining a minimal or an optimum level of resource spending. So this is the way we can ensure that there is a good amount of cost control that is.
Yes, so I think that's a very important point to plan your project budget, especially time-based project budget, and keep tracking it. So thank you. Does anybody have any other suggestions on this?
Yes, ma'am. I would like to add some points regarding
Yes,
this.
please.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, cost control is like a iceberg. If you can see a iceberg, you can see only top or little bit height of iceberg. But in the below that, the lot of big height depth will be there. So what I am saying, the cost control is demolish your entire project. For example, if any incident taken place, you are not neglecting safety in the construction. If neglecting safety in the construction, if any incident happens, the penalties, any legal issues, those things will how much huge amount you will lose for the project. So providing some amount for the things indirectly for any communication, for like communication, safety, and like L&T, what they are doing now, they are fully digitalized through mobile apps for every store, quality, safety. What happening? That's way there is a small amount of investment. Many companies that's not doing. So that what we are L&T did this mobile apps for every. They can easily monitoring everywhere and they are communicating easily through mobile apps. So that the indirect cost, as I said, like as iceberg, we can neglect this amount. That is the point I want to add it. Thank you.
Great. So there are the indirect cost could be more dangerous. So it's very important to control the cost and also manage the indirect cost. Ensure the safety is very well taken care of because one incident can cost the organization. Can really have a huge impact on that. So great. Thank you. Would anybody like to add on
Yes,
it?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I would like to discuss some few points here. So what is the thing is, as we have already discussed already in the forum, planning the budget and keeping track of the cost. These will be one thing. Then one thing is that anticipating the unplanned things, that is also have a huge impact in cost. What will happen? We will plan a thing. We will plan a thing. We will anticipate how it is going to do, but there will be some challenges. Usually, construction activities now it has its own challenge. Like at the time of executing only, we will come to know what kind of challenges are there. Like this pandemic, or it's like a new methodology or a new equipment is coming, or we can say some new activities are going to be executed. So like that, how well we are prepared for the unplanned activity, that makes a very big improvement, or very big support to face these kind of cost challenges. What will happen is, if we are already ready for, if we are expecting the unexpected, we anticipated what is coming upcoming, so that if we anticipate it earlier, so that time, that change what we are expecting. So at that time, if we take necessary measures, and that is one small point I want to add here, because the controlling the change. So that is how we are experting ourselves is managing the changes. So that's where we save cost much more. And one more thing is that at the reviewing the budget, what will happen at the time of review, we may have to adopt new technology, and we may have to, at the timely review saves a lot. Usually what happens in our project, man, at the time we planned at the initial stage, and it goes on smooth up to 80% of the project, it will be okay. But at the time of the last 20%, no, at that particular time, we face a lot of crisis. What will happen? Staffs will get transferred to other projects. So there we need preparation. There we need to have a pre-plan. So there, if we work harder, like work smarter, so that way we save costs. That I face this thing in many of the projects. So that's why I wanted to highlight this point here. So that's it. That's it from mine.
Great, thank you. So preparing for what is not expected, so that we can have effective measures taken for that. So good, thank you so much, Mr. Sundaram RK. We appreciate from each one of the members here to share the one thing that you would like our audience to take away from today's discussion on changing dynamics of construction industry in India. So who would like to start? One thing that you want the audience to take away from today's discussion. So we spoke about the impact, technology, challenges.
Madam, I would like to say something about that. See,
yes,
that as you know, that there will be a war. Now, what happened? Fuel cost is increased.
yes.
Due to this, material cost is also increased.
Mm-hmm.
Now, suppose we took the project and we estimated the cost of material 100 crore, but now it is coming 150 crore. So definitely our profit has been reduced due to this. So now we have to also anticipate and market. We should government or client should also accept that, and according they have to review the contract, which is not happening. And also that construction industry is very important. That everyone said that more than 30 million people are engaged in the construction industry. We are sharing 5. That construction industry is very important for the economy and for the country progress. So government should invest more and more. As government in investing in village area, urban area, as well as rural area also. So I think that we are very major part of our economy, and we should be proud of that.
Looking at the latest scenarios, we should keep upgrading, one thing for the audience?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, in conclusion, what I would say is the construction industry in India is at the cusp of a paradigm shift. I think. You know, the traditional methods in which we used to work are changing, and when you look at the broader landscape, what we can see is there is scope for bigger companies. Like for example, if you take the situation, the various divisions of L&T. So in a way, that is good for our company. Same companies with big companies. Globally, when you see when you take the top 10 construction companies of the world, at least 4 of them are from China. So that shows us the scale of construction that is happening there. There is a scope for that because we cannot, L&T as a single company cannot take this much load on itself. We need more big companies, and if there was a time for a new company to come up, this is one of the.
I'm so sorry. Somebody has this background noise. Yes, please continue, Mr. Nayak.
Yeah. Traditionally, this construction, like starting a construction company and running it, used to be a huge.
Yes.
Sorry for that. I'm getting a call in my phone. Yeah.
Okay, no
problem. So again, starting a company was very big difficult. It was a difficult traditionally, but now because of the various technologies that is available, the various initiatives that the government has taken to make the ease of doing business, a lot of permits are now being totally taken off from the table. There are a lot of clearances that you can take in a very easy manner. And because of the technology the solutions that have been brought on, the requirement of manpower can be reduced to more than 50%. Then let's say like what used to happen 10 years before. So this is a great time to start off in the construction industry segment in India. And I hope that more and more big companies come in. And because if you want to bring our country into $1 trillion economy, we need more and bigger construction companies. And this is a great time for people to come in and start. Thank you.
Great, thank you. So there is this great opportunity in this sector. Thank you. Yes, please, Mr.
I also want to give some few word on this. Actually,
yes,
we construction industry builders to the nation, not only limited to this. The construction industry brings the change to the people. We usually connect to the people. We usually establish the communication. That is what we call the construction industry. Why I am saying this? There has been a very valid reason to say this. We connect bridge to connect two different society. We make railway track to connect people from different regions to develop tourism. We develop utility infrastructure to light up the household, to bring the smiles on the farmer face through power connectivity for the irrigation facility for during this cultivation period of Also, we bring changes through this smart city work. And also, we have developed very fantastic technology in construction industry. We as a LNT to first bringing this 3D model of printing of a housing model or a building model that we can do through this laser printing using this what we call a mortar system. So this is what we can say. We always not limited to the builder of nation, but we usually connect and bring a smile to the every household of the Indian. Thank you.
Absolutely. So construction industry is everywhere. Everybody is interlinked with it. So this is like a spine of one country. So great. Thank you. Mr. Anandraj, would you like to add the final say on it?
Points what we want to say, but one thing we have to adopt, like I said earlier, that construction industry is still lagging in the adopting new technology. So still we have to go far to adopt the new technology. We as L&T adopting new technologies, like in safety we have implemented field app. Like many things what we are doing earlier, we are doing used to do it in paper. Currently we are doing in a mobile app only. And do in Excel. Right now we are able to trace in the app only whatever the requirements we are getting, whatever the materials we are issuing, everything we can pinpoint in on our fingertips. So many of the for adopting new technology, I want to say a few things that others software company also has to come out to bring to facilitate construction industry to adopt like construction management software, so that in various fields we can go for adopting new technologies. Based on that, we can reduce the cost also. Suppose we in our L&T we are doing pole erection works and we are doing stringing works, or we have to do conductor dismantling or pole dismantling works also. In that, for like we take an example for doing dismantling of conductors. In that, we require for one span, we require 5 to 6 numbers of workmen. For that itself, we require that machineries we require manpower shifting, we require material shifting also. So if we will bring out drone technology, that like we put it drone and we can use it for dismantling of conductors. In that, we can avoid we are facing construction industry. We are facing major maximum number of incidents. We can, if you see data, then maximum number of incidents it's coming from construction industry also. So keep saving the life of innocent people, we can go for adopting new technologies. So one example of drone I have given, so that we can reduce our cost also, we can save human life also, we can get more output, more productivity we can get. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Great. So even after achieving so much, there's a long way to go. And one great suggestion by Mr. Anand Raj is this new drone technology. Great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Before we close it, anybody else have anything to add? Mr.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. I want to add one small thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, ma'am, okay, brainstorming that helps a lot. That after some more viewpoints are getting interested in one place. So I just enjoyed this session very much, and thanks for this opportunity, ma'am. And one thing I want to add here is we used to have an EHSO meet, ma'am. Like our safety engineers used to meet in one place, maybe once in a 6 months or in a quarter or something. So we used to share knowledges like this. So this session made me remember that thing, because after a long time I'm speaking to Krishnan sir and Anand, everybody is speaking, and I feel like it's so connected with this. So better if we have a similar scenario in short future also. It will be more interactive, because we are friends for a long time, but we don't touch, not in contact with each other. Only the thing is we used to talk only through Teams only the official things. So right now, a general topic. So it made a session
Right.
very good. So I just enjoyed this and I wanted to mention that. So I can't
Great.
stop saying this. Thank you. That's it. Thanks.
Thank you
Thanks for the
so
day and
much.
thanks for.
You all are highly skilled, highly experienced people, and it was my pleasure to share this platform with all of you. You have indeed enlightened the audience on this piece of information. Thank you so much. I understand you all have this busy schedule. You all work together. You conduct meetings, talk to each other, but it is all about the work. But this platform was a little different. We could speak more and get out of the comfort zone. So we thoroughly enjoyed it. So thank you so much for taking out your time and participating in today's panel discussion.